And this is not the gospel. This is just what I did, and it helped me. I got into law school. DeMario on demand. DeMario on demand. DeMario on demand. Subscribe, like, and enjoy the show. DeMario on demand. DeMario on demand. DeMario on demand. Subscribe, like, and enjoy the show. Hey guys, and welcome to DeMario on Demand. Make sure to subscribe and like. Alright, so this is my Applying to Law School series. And today we are going to talk about the infamous personal statement. Okay, so I'm going to just start with this. If you cannot write a personal statement about yourself, you don't need to go to law school, okay? If you have to get other people to write a personal statement for you, you don't even need to go. Because you are about to enter a field that writing is probably one of the biggest things that you do. And if you can't tell a story about yourself, it's just pointless. Okay, so today we are going to go through some of the tips that I used to make my personal statement. And I might add that I believe that I had one of the best personal statements ever in life. But I mean, of course I would say that because I have confidence. We're going to start with the introduction. So if you know anything about writing, the intro is the thing that grasps everybody in. And of course, you know, admissions councils are looking at thousands of applicants. So you have to put something in that first line to get them. And I'm going to tell you what I put. My first line in my personal statement, true story, 110% true. My first line was, insert the most eye-catching opening line that you have ever read on a law school personal statement ever. Woo! Now that I have defied the cliche and I have your attention, I would like to give you an intimate look in the rich thread count of my life experiences. Okay, so your personal statement basically is a 2-page autobiography. And of course, you have to make sure that you exemplify your best characteristics. You gotta start with a bang. You gotta start with a bang. And honestly, let's be honest. Does a bang start with, hi, my name is Sarah. Hi, my name is DeMario. And I would like to tell you about me. Y'all, we're past that. This not a book report from the 3rd grade. You have to figure out how you're gonna snatch people's attention in the beginning. Once again, y'all know the admissions councils are reading hundreds of personal statements a day. If your LSAT score isn't the best, you need something that's going to show your personality, because not a lot of schools have interviews. So you're going to have to put all of this into the page. Your introduction is the first thing that they read. Your next paragraph, you need to talk about your upbringing. So that's where you talk about, I was born here. I went to this elementary school. I went to this middle school. I did this in elementary school. I was on a debate team in middle school. I've always loved to lead. In high school, I was a part of the FBLA club. You are talking about the things that happened during your upbringing. And this is not the gospel. This is just what I did, and it helped me. I got into law school. All right. So after you've moved from your upbringing, your next step should be your undergrad. You talk about what college you went to. You talk about what you majored in. You talk about some of the things that you did in college. I went through every single year. I said freshman year, I was Mr. Freshman. Sophomore year, I was vice president of Student Government Association. My senior year, I was Mr. Talladega College. And you tell, not everyone knows what these positions are, but you need to tell how these positions or what you did in your undergrad actually shaped and molded your personality, or why you should be in law school. Every personal statement should have 2 things. One, you should have some type of hardship or obstacle. Everyone has some type of hardship that they had to overcome. If you don't, you've lived a perfect life. And if you lived a perfect life, honestly, I don't know what to tell you. You just talk about your perfect life, okay? You do that. But people with depth and people that have overcome obstacles are more interesting, okay? So my hardship actually comes right after my undergrad paragraph. And long story short, my obstacle was I got hired for a job as a news reporter probably like a week after I graduated from college. I have a journalism degree, and before I could start the job, I got fired from the job. That's a story for another day. However, I talk about how this hardship actually shaped and molded my entire life after that, because everything in my life was so, you do this, then you do this, and you do this, and you do this. When this hardship came and I got fired a week after graduating from college, that turned everything around. And it actually showed the admissions committee that I had to deal with an obstacle. I talk about the obstacle, I talk about the hardship, I talk about how it shaped and molded me, and how it was a learning lesson. And two, you should have some type of story or anecdote specific to the school that you are applying to. I understand you're like applying to sometimes 10 schools, but you need to have something specific to that school of why you want to go to the school. And I'm not just saying putting in, I want to attend Harvard University, I want to attend FAMU, I want to attend this, and switching out the names. No, you need to have some sort of anecdote for that school. Do some type of research of why you want to go to the school. If you went to a pre-law day at the school and you liked one of the professors, what they said, and you can remember what they said, if you can tie in saying to the admissions council, hey, I know a little bit about this school and I have some interest in it, it just gives you a little bit of a nudge, okay? So those are the two things that I feel like you should have. You should have a hardship or obstacle that you've overcome, and you should have some type of anecdote or something specific to the school that you are applying to. Then we move on to, why do you want to be a lawyer? And don't just say, I got out of a bad relationship, so I want to stick it to the man and I want to show him that no. I wanted to become a lawyer because I want to help people in my community that are disenfranchised, discounted because of my hardship, because of the things I've been through. And I've talked about this in my personal statement. I'm not going to give y'all all of it one day, but not today. So to recap, your personal statement needs to have all of these things. And once again, this is my opinion and this is what I believe will work. You need to have an introduction. You need to talk about your upbringing. You need to talk about your experience in undergrad. You need to have some type of hardship or obstacle that you have overcome. You need to have some sort of anecdote or some personal nugget that shows the school that you're applying to that you are serious about their school. And when you tie all those in together, boom, you end with a conclusion. And that's it. It's pretty simple. Make sure that you send your personal statement to 3 people so that they can proofread and examine your personal statement. The last thing, the most important thing that you need to do is you need to make sure that the right school is on each personal statement. I know we apply to different schools, but it's nothing worse than sending a Harvard Law School letter to Princeton with Princeton's name on it. You gotta make sure you proofread, okay? All right, guys, make sure that you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so that you can be the first to know when I make a new video. Once again, thank you for joining me, and you're gonna get into law school. I know it.